Hello everyone, welcome to Clarity 16.1.2 Feature Supportability Training. I am Ramakrishna. In this section, we will be talking about checklist transferring ownership. What's new? As part of checklist transferring ownership, we introduce the ability to transfer the ownership of checklist when checklist is moved from my workspace or moved from templates or when there is a change of ownership. Why is this important? As of now, the creator of checklist is the owner of the checklist. If a user templatize a checklist, that is, create a checklist on the template of project or idea, and if a project or idea is created from that template, then template creator becomes the owner of the checklist and not the manager of the project or idea. For some customers, this is a challenge. A PMO or admin creates a checklist on project template, but the actual ownership of tracking the checklist will be with a manager of the project, but the manager is not the owner of the checklist. Also, the ownership of the checklist cannot be changed when there is a manager change on a project or idea. We introduce the concept of checklist co-owner to handle the ownership challenges of checklist. Let us go through the details of checklist co-owner functionality. In 16.1.2, we introduce the concept of checklist co-owner. The co-owner will have all the rights similar to the owner, including deleting the checklist as shown in the matrix on the right hand side. Owner cannot be removed. A co-owner can be removed either by another co-owner or owner of the checklist. A collaborator can be removed by a co-owner. Checklist transferring ownership. Let us understand how a co-owner is added when a checklist is moved to an investment. In the example, partner engagement checklist is created by Ian Erpel in my workspace. Ian Erpel moved partner engagement checklist from my workspace to business bank engagement custom investment having Rakesh Bhatt as manager. Now the checklist in business bank engagement custom investment will display manager Rakesh Bhatt as co-owner and Ian Erpel as owner. Checklist transferring ownership continued. Let us understand how checklist co-owner is added during project creation from template. In the example, business transformation locations project template has two checklists with Ian Erpel as owner and Mike Jones as collaborator. Log in as Amy Donegal and create a new project using business transformation locations project template and Rodriguez Anita as manager. Checklist owner is changed to logged in user Amy Donegal and project manager Rodriguez Anita is assigned as co-owner. Also, the checklist owner, co-owner and collaborators from template will not be copied. In this example, Ian Erpel and Mike Jones are not copied. Checklist transferring ownership continued. Let us understand how checklist co-owner is added during idea to project conversion. In the example, business transformation partner channels project template has a checklist with Ian Erpel as owner, Barry Debra as co-owner, Alex Garcia and Evis Blair as collaborators. Login as Sherelle Lemos, select idea with checklist, AP architecture consolidation and convert the idea to a project using the template business transformation partner channels. While converting, add Martin Paul as manager to new project AP architecture consolidation -PC1. New project AP architecture consolidation -PC1 has Sherelle Lemos as owner and Martin Paul as co-owner. Checklist transferring ownership continued. We introduced copy checklist option during IDEA convert to project. In 16.1.2, user has an option to copy checklist from IDEA in Modern UX. This option is checked by default. If the copy checklist option is checked, then checklists from both IDEA and project template are copied. If the copy checklist option is not checked, then only checklists from project template are copied. In the example, business transformation locations project template has two checklists, namely facilities checklist and office location. AP architecture consolidation IDEA has one checklist, AP architecture consolidation checklist. User converts AP architecture consolidation IDEA to a project, architecture consolidation locations, with copy checklist option checked. The new project, architecture consolidation locations, has three checklists, namely facilities checklist, office location copied from project template, and AP architecture consolidation checklist copied from IDEA. Let us go through the demo of transferring ownership on checklists by adding co-owner. Let us go through the demo of adding a co-owner when a checklist is moved to an investment. For the demo purpose, I have logged in as user Ian Arpal and I am in IDEA's workspace. I am presently looking at an IDEA, Able Payments Digital Experience, and this IDEA doesn't have any checklists. Now I move to my workspace and I am presently looking at a checklist, cutover readiness, which has a to do in blocked state along with blocked notes. It also has some completed to dos. When we click on share, we can see that there are few collaborators and one owner associated to this checklist. Now let us move the checklist to the IDEA, Able Payments Digital Experience, and once we move the checklist to the IDEA, we can actually see the co-owner details getting displayed in the participants list. When we click on the share button, Martin Paul is added as co-owner, and if we go to IDEA's workspace, navigate into Able Payments Digital Experience and go to checklist, we can see that the checklist is moved to this IDEA, and we can also see Martin Paul being added as co-owner. In the checklist, as we can see, we are retaining checklist to-dos completed status. There are some of the to-dos that are in completed state, blocked to-do and blocked reason. In this way, a co-owner is added when a checklist is moved to an investment. Let us go through the demo of adding checklist co-owner during project create from template. We are presently looking at the project template, business transformation locations. This template has two checklists, namely facilities checklist and office location. Let us use this template and then create a new project. Please note that this template checklist has one owner and one collaborator. Ian Arpal is the owner and Mike Jones is collaborator. Now I logged in as Amy Donegal and I would like to create a project from the template business transformation locations. I click on next. And manager as Anita. I am creating a project business transformation. Now a new project business transformation is created with the two checklists that came from the template, and when we click on share, we can see that Donegal Amy is the new owner of the checklist and Anita, the manager, is the co-owner. So point we noted here is the checklist owner, co-owner and collaborators from template will not be copied. In this case, Ian Apple and Mike Jones were not copied when we created a new project business transformation from project template. Let us go through the demo of adding checklist co-owner during idea conversion to project. Presently, I am looking at a project template, business transformation partner channels, which has a checklist, and this checklist has Ian Apple as owner, Baker as co-owner, and Alex Garcia as collaborator. I am logged in as Amy Donegal, and I am converting the idea API architecture consolidation, which is in approved state. So let me convert this to a project. While converting, let me pick business transformation partner channels as the template. And while creating the project, I am picking Martin Paul as the manager of the new project that is being created. As we can see, the newly created project has the checklist coming from the template, and when we look at the participants list, we see Amy Donegal as the owner and Martin Paul as co-owner. Point to be noted here is the checklist owner, co-owner and collaborators from template will not be copied while converting an idea to a project. Let us go through the demo of copy checklist option while converting an idea to a project. We introduced copy checklist option during idea convert to project, and in 16.1.2 user has an option to copy checklists from an idea in Modern UX. This option is checked by default. Now let us see how it works. We are presently looking at business transformation locations project template, which has two checklists with the name facilities checklist and office location. Let us try to convert the idea Able Payments Digital Experience into a new project. But before doing that, let us navigate into the idea and look at the checklist. This idea has a checklist with the name cutover readiness. Now let us try to convert the idea to a project using business transformation locations as the template. I just want to name it as Able Payments Digital Experience PC3, and while converting the idea to a project, I am checking copy checklists and click on create. As we can see, the new project Able Payments Digital Experience PC3 has 3 checklists, 2 copied from the template and 1 from the idea, as we had copy checklist option checked while converting the idea to a project. That concludes this section. Thank you.